You already know that sportsbooks are going to get their cut, but how much are you really paying to make your bets? The sportsbooks take a little piece out of every bet. It's called the vigorish or vig. It can also be called juice or the house edge. Skilled sports bettors know that being able to look at the fair price of a bet without the vig added in is a fundamental tool in your toolbox. In this video, I'm going to show you how to see a bet's fair price, what the books are charging on top of that, and why it's important to know the difference. Hi, I'm Gina Fiore. I've made a living gambling my entire adult life. I used to find edges playing blackjack and other casino games, but now I bet on sports, and I'd like to help people learn how to make smarter bets. If you don't know what the vig is, think of it like this. When a store pays $200 for a TV from Samsung, then sells it to you for $400, that's their markup. That's what keeps the store in business. And sportsbooks work the same way. But instead of selling products, they're selling you the chance to win money. The numbers you see next to a bet like -110 or +120, those are just price tags showing you what you have to pay for each chance. Flipping a coin is a common example that's used to explain probability. And it's always used because it's simple to understand. For a true coin flip bet, your chance to win is 50-50. The fair price to pay for a 50% chance to win $100 is $100. Even money, 50-50 chance. But the sportsbooks want their cut, so they add vig on top of the true odds, and they charge you $110 instead of the true price of $100. If you're going to spend $110 to win $100, your chance of winning to justify that extra cost should be better than 50-50. It should be 52.4%. The sportsbook is marking up the price. Your 50% chance costs you more than what you should pay, and that markup is the vig. The process to see the bet without the vig is not hard, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But just like stores aren't full of $200 TVs, sportsbooks aren't selling bets without a markup. Removing the vig gives you a better idea of what the true odds of a bet should be. So when you know what the fair price of a bet is, you can make reliable head-to-head comparisons to other sportsbooks. It's like comparing television prices at different stores to try and figure out how much that TV should cost, which store is giving you a good deal, and which store is trying to rob you. When you compare prices, you can leverage information from sharper sportsbooks to use against the softer ones, which is the heart of top-down betting. When you use this technique to see what the odds are without the vig, it can help reveal spots to you where you might be getting charged more than you'd expect. It could help you stay away from unforgiving markets that are much, much harder to beat. How do we remove the vig? First, we need to understand that the price of a sports bet really represents a probability. But don't worry, there's a link to a free calculator that you can use to do the math for you. But let's look at a quick example of the process in case you want to learn to do it yourself. It's 1977, and the country just fell in love with Rocky. John Madden's Raiders are a -210 favorite against the Minnesota Vikings in Super Bowl XI. The first step is to convert the bet's price to its corresponding probability. And there's a link to a free calculator, and these formulas are in the description. But here is how you do it yourself. This is what that looks like for the Raiders-Vikings Super Bowl. Step 2, add up your probabilities. So anything over 100% is called the over round, and that is how much more the book is charging you for that bet. Step 3, use the over round. Divide each of your probabilities by the total probabilities, including the over round, to get the fair prices. We can see that the sportsbook was saying the Raiders had a 64.7% chance to win. You can use that information to help make your decisions when you're looking at prices at other sportsbooks. If you use the odds converter to turn that probability back into a price, in this case +183 on the underdog, then you know the number you're trying to beat when you're looking for a good bet on Minnesota. You'd want something better like +188 or +191. Unfortunately for Minnesota, they lost that game 32-14, and unlike Rocky, the Vikings haven't had another shot at the title since. Now that you can see how much the books are charging for each bet, you can begin to learn techniques that you can use to get an edge against the sportsbooks. And you can start with this video.